In a little district west of Washington Square, the streets have run crazy and broken themselves into small strips called places. These places made strange angles and curves. One street crosses itself a time or two. An artist once discovered a valuable possibility for a painting in the street. He painted it and the district became famous. So to quaint old Greenwich Village, the art people soon came, hunting for north windows and 18th century gables, and Dutch attics and low rents. Sue and John C. are friends. They had just moved into a studio together. That was in May. In November, a cold illness that the doctors called pneumonia stalked the art colony in Greenwich Village, touching one here and there with its icy fingers. John C. became ill. She lay scarcely moving on her bed, looking through the small window of their studio at the brick house next door.
She's gravely ill. She has one chance in 10 to live. She seemed to have given up. Has she anything on her mind?
She wants to paint the Vale of Naples someday.
Paint? Bosh. Has she anything on her mind worth thinking twice about? A man, for instance.
A man? No, doctor, there's nothing of the kind.
Well, it's a weakness then. But I will do what I can.
John C. lay unmoving under the bedclothes, with her face toward the window. John C.'s eyes were open wide. She was looking out the window and counting backward.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7.
Sue looked out the window. What was there to count? There was only a bare yard to be seen, and the blank side of the brick house 20 feet away. An old ivy vine climbed halfway up the brick wall. The cold breath of autumn had stricken its leaves from the vines, until its skeleton branches clung, almost bare, to the crumbling bricks.
What is it there?
6. They're falling faster now. 3 days ago there were almost 100. It made my head ache to count them. But now it's easy. There goes another one. There are only 5 left now.
5 what, dear? Tell me.
Leaves on the ivy vine. When the last one falls, I must go too. I've known that for 3 days. Didn't the doctor tell you?
Oh, I never heard such nonsense. What have old ivy leaves to do with you getting well? The doctor told me this morning that your chances for getting well soon were 10 to 1. Try to eat something and you will feel better.
There goes another one. No, I don't want to eat something. That leaves just 4. I want to see the last one fall before it gets dark. Then I will too. Tell me as soon as you have finished. Because I want to see the last one fall. I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of thinking. I want to turn loose my hold on everything and go sailing down. Down just like one of those poor tired leaves.
Try to sleep. I must go Berman up to be my model for the old hermit miner. I'll not be gone a minute. Don't try to move until I'm back.
Old Berman was a painter who lived on the ground floor beneath them. He was past 60 and was a failure at art. 40 years he had painted without even actually accomplishing anything. He had always been about to paint a masterpiece, but had never yet begun it. He drank too much gin and still talked of his coming masterpiece. Sue found Berman smelling strongly of gin in his dimly lighted room. She told him of Jones's fantasy and how she feared that she would indeed, like the leaves of the vine, float away when her slight hold on the world grew weaker.
Boss, is there people in the world with the foolishness to die because leaves they drop off from vine? I have not heard of such a thing. Why do you allow that silly business to come in their brain of her? Ah, that poor little Miss Jonsi.
She is very ill and sick, and the fever has left her mind full of strange fancies.
Go on, I commit you, Gott. This is not any place in which one as good as Miss Jonsi shall lie sick. Someday I will paint a masterpiece and we shall all go away. Gott, yes.
She's out of danger and she'll live.
Oh, thank you!
But now I must go downstairs. There's another case of pneumonia. Berman is his name, I believe. I have to. When Sue awoke the next morning, she found Jomsy with dull, wide-open eyes staring at the green shade.
Who are that? I want to see.
Even after the rain and wind that had lasted through the night, there yet stood out against the brick wall one ivy leaf. It was the last on the vine.
It is the last one. I thought it would surely fall during the night. I heard a wind. It will fall today, and I shall die at the same time.
Jonesy, think of me if you won't think of yourself. What would I do?
The ivy leaf was still there. Jomsy lay for a long time looking at it, and then she called to Sue.
I've been stupid, Sue. Something has made the last leaf stay there to show me how wicked I was. But it's wrong to want to die. Bring me a little broth now, will you? And some milk with a little pot in it. And no, bring me a hand mirror first. And then pack some colors around me, and I will see what I want you to cook. Someday I hope to paint the Bay of Naples.
In his room they found a lantern, still lighted, and a ladder and some brushes and a palette with green and yellow colors mixed on it. And look out the window at the last ivy leaf on the wall. Didn't you ever wonder why it never moved when the wind blew? Ah, John say, it's Berman's masterpiece. He painted it there the night the last leaf fell.